I gotta put these gloves on because I gotta look wicked emo. A couple of weeks ago, I made a video entitled Me and My Drugs, and within that video, I basically discussed my long, troubled, and complicated relationship with the ADHD drug Concerta. And if you haven't seen that video, you should probably go watch it, because within that, I basically talk about how I've been taking it for 12 years, and I started popping it at the age of 10, and it's created this sort of identity crisis and a sense of insecurity. So go watch that and then come back to me and I'll fill your heart with angst, I guess. And after I made Me and My Drugs, I decided, hey, maybe this would be the right time to reduce my Concerta intake. So the day after I made that video, I went from 54 milligrams, which is my usual dose, to 36. And this was in hopes of eventually just weaning myself off of the stuff entirely. And I didn't tell very many people that I was doing this, apart from my girlfriend and my two closest buddies, because I knew that they would adamantly support me. They would wholeheartedly stand behind what I was doing, unlike, say, my mom, who thinks that Concerta is a miracle pill. I also timed this quitting with my Christmas vacation. So that meant 2 weeks of rest and relaxation with only 3 days of work to plow through preceding it. And that was great. I felt like 2 weeks was enough time to just kick this stimulant's ass and then shake hands with the real me. And just 2 weeks later, lo and behold, I'm back to 54 milligrams, right where I was when I first started all this. Not going back to 36 anytime soon, or even going to try to go off of it completely. I'm set for right now, I suppose. That might be pretty confusing for some of you out there, because I was pretty gung-ho in the last video, and now all of a sudden I'm on all fours, praising at the altar of Concerta. Well, I gotta say, this isn't like the first time I've ever tried going off of this stuff before. I'd have to say, on average, I've tried at least once every year, and I've never succeeded. And you could say it's because of the strong withdrawal symptoms, or the lack of support, or a bad environment. And while all those things do contribute to making the quitting experience very hard, it's just the benefits that I miss most of all. And it's not just having the energy and focus, but it's also just the stability. You know, because without Concerta, I'm just this emotional disaster. I am every which way and but there. I'm just everywhere. I can't really settle. I'm just gone. And I go from being this alert, thoughtful, and reasonably balanced person on the pill to just this muddled, impatient, ultra-sensitive dude. Like, for instance, I watched this Don Hertzfeldt short. He did this like little couch gag before an episode of The Simpsons, and it ruined Christmas Eve for me. I mean, it was just so depressing, yet so beautiful and so gloomy, and it disturbed me so much that I was just like, I can't take it anymore. I can't take feeling like I'm under glass. I need to just break through that, and I need to get back on the pill, and I need to get back to what I know and to what I recognize and to feel good again. So on Christmas Day, Concerta Greg made a comeback. It wasn't Hertzfeldt's fault. It was more just like the final nail in the coffin, because there were so many things that I just wanted to do but couldn't bring myself to do without the drug. And I know that quitting isn't easy and it takes a lot of time and you just need to grow and adapt to it, but it doesn't help when I don't know whether or not this crap is actually good for me. And I can't trust my parents' word, because they're the ones that started me on this crazy journey to begin with. No offense to them, but I'll swallow that shit whole just to satisfy them and to prove to them I'm not a fuck-up. So I can't really trust that. I need someone that I trust to tell me that this drug is good or bad for me. And if it's bad, then I'll just thrash and beat Concerta Greg until he's bludgeoned and bleeding, begging for mercy. Or if it's good, I need that same someone to tell me to calm the fuck down, and that, hey Greg, Concerta Greg is the real you, and you need to learn to accept that. But until I get an answer from that someone, I'm going to be just swimming from deep end to shallow end, over and over again, until my lungs fill with chlorinated water. So you know what? I'm just going to stay in the kiddie pool for right now, because it's all I know and it's safe. But you know what? It's not the kiddie pool. It's the Greg pool. That's my pool. It's what I'm used to, and that's what I'm used to swimming in. And you know what? I don't mind going from deep end to shallow end. Who cares? What is it even doing to me? What's wrong with seeing if the pill works or not every once in a while? All I know for right now is that the pill works for me at this point. Just because it's not going to work somewhere down the line, or maybe it didn't work for me somewhere in the past, but if it's working for me right now, for today, then I'm going to accept that. But I'm not going to live in absolutes. I'm not going to say that one thing is good or one thing is bad. Some days it's good, some days it's bad, like me as a person. So you know what? That's someone that I need to trust in order to tell me what's good or bad. That person needs to be me. And I need to learn to accept that. I need to learn to trust my own word, and I need to learn to just be comfortable with that. I love you, Mom.